Alrighty, Theory 4, Distance 3B, I'm going to get you started on the homework. So the homework is pages 35 and 36. Here we have a 12-tone row from Berg's lyric suite. So Berg is one of our three important Second Viennese composers who use 12-tone. Berg and Webern both started off as students of Schoenberg and use his system. One of the things that Berg does, though, is he likes to find hidden meanings in his 12 tones. He likes to put secret messages. Another thing is sometimes he likes to leave a back door open for tonal music. So he might do something where he writes a 12-tone row, but does it in a way that there might actually be some tonality like sort of buried in there. And we will definitely see that with this row from the lyric suite. So first of all, I'm going to let you know that when he wrote this piece, he secretly dedicated it to his mistress. And his mistress, her initials were H and F. And the letter F is right here. And the letter H is actually, in German, is the note B. So this particular 12-tone row uses her initials as the first and last note. Now, the first thing you should do is we need to figure out, we need to put in P0, and that's an easy one. P0 will go right up here. And of course, now that we have P0, we also have R0. Now the next thing is we need to do I0, and so we're going to do the upside down version. Now, when you do the upside down version, you might find it's easier to use these notes that are closer to the starting note than the other one. But I'm going to go ahead and get you started on the inversion. Down a half step, so this goes up a half step. This one goes up a minor sixth. So this one would need to go down a minor sixth. Well, anyway, I'm not going to do the whole thing because this is the homework. I want you to try it out. But once you've got your I0, then you'll, starting on F, you'll put it here for I0. And you'll go ahead and put all that in. Then, of course, we need to figure out where all the other ones will start. It turns out P1 starts here on F sharp. P2 will start on G. So wherever you find a G here is where you'll start P2. Once you do that, you'll go through and you should you'll be able to figure out that you have the whole. You can figure out the whole matrix will get filled in. You might also notice some interesting properties with the matrix. I will tell you this: if after you do I0, you may want to consider just double checking, make sure you have one of each pitch. Because if you do a bad I0, the whole thing is screwed and you will not have a good 12-tone matrix. Let's look on the back side. So here we've got the P0 again, and one of the things you'll notice is that you can actually take each of the three groupings of three pitches and find a trichord. Now I'm going to go ahead and send you this stuff, the pages, so you can do the analysis, because I think you're missing that page from your book. So I'll be sure to include that. You can also take each group of 4 notes and find tetrachords that will be useful, that Berg used. So you will find the trichords, the tetrachords. Now the next thing is kind of confusing, so I'll explain it to you. Take the first 6 notes of the 12-tone note row, but then write it as a scale, so that way, and put it in your most compact form, right? Remember when we did normal form or normal order? We took the notes and we found where the biggest interval was, and then we started on the top of the biggest interval. And if you do that, you should come up with a scale. Then take the second group of 6 notes, do the same thing, make it the most compact, and write it as a scale. Then, what do you notice? What scale does this look like? And what scale does this look like? You'll find that it's actually got a tonal answer to those scales. Now, lastly, on this one, you are going to label every one of the semitones from one note to the next. So this one goes down by a half step, and down a half step is the same as up a major 7th. So down 1 semitone is the same as going up 11 semitones, so we put an 11 there. This one goes up a minor 6th, which is 8 semitones. So this one would get an 8. So think of it this way. Down 1 equals 11 up. And here we have 8 up. This one is down 3, down a minor 3rd. 1, 2, 3 semitones. So down 3 is the same as 9 up. So we're counting the semitones up, and if it goes down, you just think of it as going up to figure it out. So once you do this, you should come up with something interesting about this particular intervallic series. And you can tell me what you think is interesting about the intervallic series on that line there. So anyway, this assignment's pretty tricky because you have to do a matrix, then you have to do some set theory, and then you have to look at the hexachords, and then lastly you also have to figure out all these intervals to see all the other stuff. So please don't hesitate to reach out if you have a question, and I can always make a follow-up video if a lot of folks have questions. So this assignment's due Friday at noon. Asterisk, there's no late penalty. I'm not even supposed to be teaching this week, but I wanted to get started. And so if you can turn in the assignment Friday, great. If you think it will take a little bit longer for you to do, or you can't, get materials going, or get online, you can turn it in late with no penalty. All right, thanks.